Let's talk some toys in here. Hey, what's up everyone? Today it's the Man-Child. Alright, so today for review, I just got in the Masters of the Universe Origins Point Dread and Talon Fighter box set. Wow, look at that, man. That is awesome. Another vehicle. I wasn't sure if we would see any Origins line, you know? I mean, we did get a lot of stuff and quite a few vehicles, but not all of them from the vintage. You know, like the Battle Ram. You know, we got the Sky Slug. We never got the Battle Ram, which was kind of early on the in the vintage line today. I'm surprised at that. Never got a Night Stalker. We got Stridor. You know, things like that. So I didn't see a Talon Fighter coming because all new tooling plus the Point Dread piece. But yeah, here it is. Yeah, so check out that art. Pretty awesome. Got Zodak over here hanging out or floating on the Point Dread itself. Now this doesn't look like it's attached to Castle Grayskull, but if you look up in this image, you can attach it to your Origins Castle Grayskull. Now I don't have the Origins Castle Grayskull, I have the Classics. Maybe we'll try this out on top of that. And I do have the Classics Talon Fighter, so I'll compare them. Because I thought the Classics Talon Fighter was just really big, you know. So I wanted I wanted Origins to come out one and put it on my Classics, you know, just something smaller. Anyway, back to the art. It's pretty neat because you got a lot of the Lord of Power characters in here. You got the Lord of Power Skeletor. Looks like the Man-at-Arms, that Merman, and the Beastman. That was part of that 5-pack PowerCon set they came in. We got the Roton flying over here with the Christmas tree or the comic book mini cover Triclops. That's neat. And we got a couple more Rotons fighting the Talon Fighter with the mini comic book Trapjaw and Faker. And of course, in the Talon Fighter, got He-Man and Zodak. So that's the two figures we'll try out once we get out of the package. But super, you know, I'm super excited to get this set in. It looks awesome. So spinning it around, taking a look at the back of the box. Once again, just more awesome Origins art. I mean, the art in these boxes is incredible. A lot of them I don't even say, but I think this one I might. You know. Anyway, another Roton with Skeletor going head to head. Talon Fighter once again flying. Now this time we have He-Man and Teal in the back. Yeah. So here's the Point Dread on top of that mountain itself, or I think that's what the Point Dread was. It was a mountain top. Here's a mini comic book Stratos. So I think it's probably located in Avion, where Stratos' people would be. Remember the story. Yeah, just more illustrations. Now here too, it says so you can actually turn this Point Dread. There's two different, or maybe it's a one piece, two different pieces. Excuse me. The lower piece, like in the larger end, you can actually use the blaster on that as a outpost, they're calling it. Or it can go on top of the Talon Fighter, which is neat, because you couldn't do that with the Vintage. Now, the Vintage did have this radar dish. But once again, you can use the radar dish on top of this, or on this lower piece of this setup if you wanted to. That's pretty cool. And then moving over to the right-hand side of the box, these are just all the, we got the 2 Carter figures and the 4 figures, all part of the Wave 13 series. And on the right-hand side of the box, I guess I'll call it looking at the front. That's pretty cool. Check out that art. Battle Cat Panther going at it with Teal and Evelyn. Awesome. And then on the left-hand side, you got this cool Dragon Rider. I'd like to see something like that come out in Origins. That's pretty neat. All right, and here's a quick look with all the parts in the Talon Fighter out of box. Want to check that out? And, of course, you get this instruction booklet so you can see just all the parts and how everything goes together. Take a look at all that. Okay, so let's assemble this thing. So we'll put this wing in this side, so it's going to snap right in like that. And we'll put the other wing in. Then you flip it over and you have the little legs. There's the left and the right side. Obviously, you can see how they go into grooves. So put that one in like that. Clicks and locks. And we'll put the other side in. Now moving to the top, we'll put our traditional radar. And, you know, going back to the Vintage first. And check that out. And it just pushes right in. And it can pulls real, you know, out real easy. And just spins all around. It's like the Vintage. Pretty cool. And then taking this back off, we'll put the dual blaster in. You want to check that out. So it's going to do the same thing. Just pop on the top. That looks awesome. Spins all around. Now you got your handle, and then that can push in and lock on the bottom. What's cool with this, it does remove. I think the Vintage was just one piece. So it kind of looked goofy when that thing was always on, unless you were a kid flying it. But this just clicks in and locks, and you can remove it again. So there, it's in. Right, you got your traditional way to fly it like we were kids, or if your kids want to play with it. And I believe it just pops right out. That's awesome. All right, so with everything assembled, let's take a closer look at the Talon Fighter. I'm going to take this off just to help look at it. Look at, so you got eyes are really cool way they're sculpted in. They're actually not even stickers. It's like they're translucent, a whole separate sculpt. Pretty, almost looks like they can glow, but they don't. But yeah, I love the way they have the overspray on the front there. Yeah, of course, it's all yellow like the Vintage. We already seen the legs. Pretty neat detail. Okay, and wings. I got our blasters up here. Sculpted in. Same thing up the top. Yeah, the fuselage with just all the glass. Pretty neat. Now, let's see. So we know our handle here. We already checked at the bottom. And it's spinning it around to the back. Got stickers all on with our boosters and circuitry. Great job on that. Okay, and then, of course, stickers on the side there, left and right. They're both the same. And if we pop this, so put our finger under here, pop this hood open. All right. Yeah, nice detail in there inside the cockpit. Got some, yeah, stickers. Got weapons, axe, some wrenches. Look at this. First aid, fire, all set up. I don't remember the stickers in the vintage, but it's cool, whatever it is. And it look, dual handles for each of the, guys, that the one in the front and back to hold on to control this thing. And there's your stickers on the front there. Even got some, like, where your feet would go, the foot pedals. Yeah, great detail in this. Pretty cool. So moving on to the point dread assembly or piece. This is obviously your lower piece, that control center, the larger end. You would use this now if you don't have the Cowsick race car. You're not going to mount on a Cowsick race car. So this would be the lower part of the mount. Obviously, if you're going to mount this to the Cowsick race car, you're just going to use this piece here, and this will clip into that Origins one. Now, you can assemble both of these and make obviously the higher part for the Talon fighter to sit on top on this lower part, and you can see from the back. Well, let's take a look at the back first. See all the circuitry. Yeah, awesome stickers. I love it. All right, it's got a whole little control center going over there, but you would take this piece here, and you can see how this button's going to, that little piece going to sit in here, and that's it. It's just going to clip, comes out apart easy. It's going to snap like that. Now you got your, well, you got to mess around with it, but once you set it up, your like point dread assembly set up. And then you get the little perch that the feet on the Talon fighter will snap into. It's like the Vintage or Classics. And this is just going to sit up in here and push down. And, okay, that can rotate and move all around like that. So taking the taller part of the point dread piece off, right? This is our lower, that command base we're calling it. So now we can use the radar dish like in the images. Put this in here like that. It's pretty cool. All right? It spins, goes all around. Or you can assemble your blaster like this. Rotate, move. Here's a quick look at He-Man manning the battle station with the blaster on. Pretty neat. So once again, mounting our two pieces to build up that point dread. We'll put our Talon fighter. Of course, we have a little perch thing on top. Lock the feet in, so we'll just snap in like that. And that's about it. And here's a quick look around with our Talon fighter on top of our point dread assembly. Or once again, you can pop this hand-featured handle off and just put it on the ground now on its feet. Okay, so open up the fuselage once again, expose the cockpit. Let's put a couple figures in there and see what that looks like. So, kind of like the art on the front of the box. We'll put He-Man in the front, like this. See how he fits in there? Okay, and just like the art, well, we'll put Zodak in the back. Now, it looks like the legs got to slide forward in front of He-Man. It doesn't exactly sit up too well. Get the guy in the back. Doesn't have like that backrest like the front seat does. So he's kind of laying something like this. Alright, so overall it's the best I can get him to sit. They lay back. So that's like something like this. I got the hand on the handles. You gotta mess around with it, but yeah, it works good. You fit both guys in there okay. And here's a look with the top all closed up, how they fit in there. How much space they have in the heads. Between the heads. Alright, fits, they still got maybe half an inch. More or less. They're not hitting the top. Alright, so obviously I removed those two figures, and let's try the Masterverse figure. It's the Galactic Protector He-Man. It's almost 7 inches tall, so I'm going to put him... I don't think you get two figures in here, but I wonder if you can fit one in. I'm going to try it. Okay, so messing around a little bit with the Masterverse figure. He would not fit up front. The legs were too long, but you can sit him in the back. Lay him back like this. Grab the handles, like so. Now he has an awkward helmet on, the body armored. And let's see, close the fuselage in. Yeah, it works. You can actually fit a Masterverse figure in the back. And of course, while we're at it, let's try Classics He-Man are a little bit smaller than the Masterverse. So see if you can fit in the front. You can bend the legs up. Probably not. No, see, that piece is not going to work. But, once again, now the Masterverse do have a little better articulation of Classics. But however, he does sit in there, kind of mess around with the grips, Close the top. And our Classic He-Man even has a little space between the head and the back. So he does work just laying back. Right? It could be a small fighter vehicle. Don't have to be big. That's awesome that you can fit, for the most part, classics and Masterverse. I'm sure depending on the figure, armored and whatnot, but they do work. You just have to set them way in the back. And for a little fun while I was playing around, I put my classics He-Man in the back, laying back with the legs forward, and I put the Origins He-Man up front. Two different He-Mans, right? He-Man and Son, and see if that works. Check that out. So you can fit the Origins up front and the classics in the back. It works perfect. And since we went this far, I just threw, once again, our Origins He-Man up front, and I tried the Masterverse movie He-Man with it's a custom head I got on eBay. It was actually a Super 7 remake head, which works great on his body. This is a custom head, too, by the way, for Origins. Got two custom heads, a couple He-Mans going, but let's see with the Masterverse in the back and Origins up front if it works. A little tight. All right, locks. It just pushes his head down. It doesn't look bad. It does work. And that Dolph is he's pretty tall with that head and the cape and stuff like that, but it does work. And if anybody's curious, here's a quick comparison between the Master Universe Classics Talon Fighter and our Origins Talon Fighter. I mean, look at the size. Yeah, this thing is a little too big, gigantic. It came with teal in the back. You could fit 4 Origins in that one. It looked really crazy in Castle Grayskull, but I'm curious about those two together. They are. So real quick, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't have the Origins Castle Grayskull. That's the classics over there. This is, I just did a tour on this. Anybody's curious. I don't know if you've ever seen a video, but it's all my stuff set up. And I bring it up because that's a classic Snake Mountain. I said this a bunch of times when I showed this, but the Origins one's coming out. Looks awesome. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. Maybe down the road. I just don't have room. And after having these, I love having the Origins and all this stuff. But if I didn't have these, I'd definitely have the Origins Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. So we're going to go over there. I'm going to move it out a little bit. I'm going to just try to put that Talon Fighter on the top. Now compare the two pieces. Because the Classics Point Dread is a different size and setup from the Origins. So let's take a look at that and I'll show you real quick. So moving the Classics out a little bit, you can see their Point Dread pieces, yeah, a lot larger than this Origins. So this wouldn't work. Even if I snapped this off, it would go down. You can see the top of the Castle Grayskull would go down too far. So I'm going to try to sit the Talon Fighter somewhat on this, just to set it on it, and just see what it looks like. I don't think it's going to fit these pegs. No, these are wider, but just for fun. That's the whole idea of it. So real quick, there's the Origins Talon Fighter sitting on top of that perch on Castle Grayskull. Now, it doesn't fit in the pegs because they're too wide. You can get one in one leg, but then it leans forward. But you can, it balances so well on the feet without that handle. It works good, even on the top of the Classic. So that's the best I got as far as the Castle Grayskull. Once you guys get the Talon Fighter, you get the idea how it will snap on, just like the Vintage, but you want to check that out. Looks cool, and I like that a lot better for the Classics. Just for its size, that Classics one was just that thing was just way too big up there. It looked ridiculous. That's cool. I love the design of this. Okay, so that was pretty much my review on the new Masters Universe Origins Point Dread and Talon Fighter set. Another vehicle just done to perfection, I think. I love the way the design is, just the overall size for Origins. Got a little better detail in the Vintage, a little bit. I like that you can fit the two guys in there. You can even fit the Masterverse or Classics. Any Origins, like I showed. I love this little Point Dread setup and how you can take it apart and then use the gun on the top of the Talon Fighter or on this, as well as a radar dish. And another cool thing, too, is that his handle's removable. I don't remember it doing it on the Vintage. Though it was just one piece. So now you can do it and then you don't have that goofy thing hanging off for display. I think it's awesome. They just did such a great job with this. So I'm pre-order now. Places like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, and Amazon. They're supposed to be shipping real soon. By this month into June, I believe. So, go over and pre-order if it's still available. I think it came out perfect. I appreciate everybody watching, and until next time, take care.